Hello everyone. In today's video, we will talk about how to find the appropriate strategy, how to backtest it, and how to identify faults so that we can improve it. We will also explain this panel. We will explain the meanings of these words. What does it mean, how do we use it, and how do we read it? All this will be in today's video. But before we get started, don't let this perfect ratio fool you, because it will be our headline today. Well, let's start step by step from the beginning. To find any strategy, head to the indicators. Then in the search box type, strategy. And this little mark here assures us that it is a strategy. As for this sign, it means that it is a new strategy. Well, as you can see, dozens of strategies appeared, and we can choose any one from this list. It is a long list, but with today's video, we will explain it using the shortest way to know all this information step by step. Okay, let's go back to our strategy now and try to figure out what's going on with it. After applying any strategy, you will see some colors, places to buy, and places to sell, and all strategies are a little similar in shape and differ in inputs. First of all, we must read the strategy and know its accuracy. To do this, we must go to the strategy tester here. Well, this is the main dashboard. Here we will find everything we are looking for. We will find the accuracy of the strategy, percent profitable, the number of trades, transaction history, and almost everything will be here. First, let's start with percent profitable. Well, percent profitable is the percentage of winning trades generated by a strategy, calculated by dividing the number of winning trades by the total number of closed trades generated by a strategy. Well, I did not understand anything. Let's explain it in our own way. Suppose I made 100 trades, and all trades were successful, so the number of successful trades was 100, and the number of losses was 0. This simply means that the percentage of winning trades is 100%. Let's see another example. Suppose I made 100 trades, 40 were successful, and 60 were unsuccessful. This means that the percentage will be 40%. And this is the simple method that this index uses to calculate the accuracy of any strategy. Okay, let's move on to the net profit. Well, here we find a number above, which indicates the profits we earned. Below we find the percentage of profits, and here we see that the percentage of profit is about 9%, and this means that we earned $9 for every $100. In short, the net profit is the overall profit or loss achieved by the trading strategy in the test period. Okay, let's move on to the total of closed trades. Here we find that the total of the trades made by this strategy is only one trade. And this is a big fault because strategies cannot be tested with a single trade, and to know the effectiveness of any strategy, we must test it at least 100 times. Well, this was one of the faults in this strategy, and we have to fix it, but first, let's continue reading this dashboard. Here we find the max drawdown. It displays the greatest loss drawdown, which means the greatest possible loss the strategy had during its run compared to its highest profits. And we will explain it in detail, but let's move on to the average trade first. Well, the average trade is the sum of money gained or lost by the average trade generated by a strategy. The last thing here is the average bars in trades, which is the average number of bars that elapse during trades for all closed trades. Well, after we know these brief definitions, let's move on to the practical explanation, and we will choose the most important points in this panel. Now, we will choose any other strategy, and we will try to understand it in practice. Well, let's pick any strategy from this list. Let it be the RSI strategy. Like any strategy, it will show us the places of buying and selling on the chart, but what matters to us is the results and testing. Okay, let's zoom in on the strategy panel so we can see what's going on. As you can see in this strategy, some graphs have appeared, which indicate the equity with a blue color and drawdown with a red color. But to read any strategy, we must start from here, from the percentage profitable. As you can see here, the ratio is about 63%, and this means that this strategy is profitable, and it also means that this strategy has been successful with more deals than it was losing. And this is a good thing so far. Here too, the number of tests was good, which is 80 trades. It did not reach 100, but even 80 tests is good, and there are no defects. But here, a very big problem appears with the success rate of the strategy. It seems that the losses are large, and on the contrary, instead of having profits, we lost approximately 23%. The question is, how did that happen? How did we lose our money? Our trades were 63% successful. How we lost? Simply, the reason behind this loss is the max drawdown. But how does this thing work? And how does it affect our trading value? To know this, you must know that the red color here is the color that represents the market value when a price drop occurs, and the greater the decreases, the greater this level increases. Okay, let's explain this thing step by step. Well, suppose I entered here at point 0. And when the price reached point number 1, I sold and closed the deal. Then, at point number 2 I bought again. And at point number 3 I sold. Then I bought at point number 4. Then I sold at point number 5. In this case, it means that I made 6 trades and only profited in 2 trades, which is from point 0 to point 1. And the profit rate was about 65%. Some may say this is 1 deal and not 2, but in the world of strategies it counts as 2 deals, buying and selling. Now let's calculate the rest of the trades that we lost, which are 4 trades. Here, we lost about 16%. According to the number of successful and unsuccessful trades. And by doing some calculations, we find that the accuracy rate is only 38%, the profit rate is 49%, and the max drawdown is 16%. From here, we conclude that the lower the max drawdown rate, the higher the profits, regardless of the accuracy of the strategy. Although the accuracy of this strategy was only 38%, but the profit rate was high, it was about 45%, and this shows that the accuracy of the strategy, even if it is low, the profit rate may be high sometimes. Well, let's go back to our strategy and see what happens. Here, we find that the max drawdown is high and reaches more than 30%, and this has negatively affected this strategy. Even with its 63% accuracy, it was a losing strategy, and the reason was the high rate of the max drawdown. There is also one very important thing. The profit factor. Which is amount of money a trading strategy made for every unit of money it lost. And this value can be calculated by dividing gross profits by gross losses. To find it out, let's open the performance summary section. Here, we can find a detailed list of the strategy we are using. But what we need now are the gross profit and gross loss. Okay, so we're going to do the division, and we're going to divide gross profit by gross loss to get the profit factor. Well, let's divide 76,000, which is the gross profit, by 99,000, which is the gross loss, and see the results. As you can see, the result was 0.762, which is the same as the output here, which is the profit factor. Summary: to read any successful strategy, the following must be taken into account. 1. The accuracy of the strategy should be good, and it is recommended that it be above 60%. 2. The strategy should be tested about 100 times or more. 3. The strategy must be profitable, and we can know it from the net profit rate. 4. The max drawdown must be under 20% so that we know that this strategy can deal with sudden market fluctuations. There is not much left in this part. Here, we can see all the trades made by this strategy, the dates of buying and selling, quantity, targets, and everything will appear in detail here. Here, at the end of the list, we find the number 80, which is the number of times this strategy has been tested. The number 81 is a deal that is still open and is not counted in the number of tests. Also, there is another important thing in the performance summary section, which is buy and hold return. Well, buy and hold return is the return achieved if all funds were used to buy the security when the first trade is entered and the position was held for the duration of the test period. Well, this is the beginning of the strategy. Suppose that I buy on the same date, but I did not use this strategy, and instead, I kept the currency I bought, and the position was held for the duration of the test period. In this case, my profits will be huge and better than this strategy many times. In short, this means that this strategy is not successful at all. Well, after we've worked out how to find mistakes in strategies and learned how to read them, let's try to find a profitable strategy and put it to the test. Open the indicators box and search for V3 Gold Gun. After you find it, click on it and apply it to the chart. Well, let's see what happens here, and let's try to read this strategy to see if it is useful or not. And let's start with the accuracy of this strategy. As you can see here, the accuracy of this strategy is about 73%, which is a good thing. Here, the total tests, which are the total closed trades, is 530, which is also good, but sometimes the large number of trades may affect the capital because there is the commission charged by the trading platforms, and we will talk about it later. And here, we find that the profit rate is good, which is 25%. This is also a good thing. Here too, it seems that the profit factor rate is very good and above the normal level, it is very excellent. And here, the max drawdown is only 0.46%. And this is also a very good thing. In general, this strategy looks very cool, but do not rush, and let's try to dive into it more and see what happens. Well, this strategy gives a good percentage on 1 hour frame, but what if we change the time frame? Wow, this is very good, it gave a greater percentage at a 30-minute frame, it is almost 79% and this is very perfect. Also, the number of tests is very good and the profit rates have also increased. This is really excellent. Here too, we find a slight improvement in the max drawdown and in the profit factor. Well, let's see its effectiveness with another frame, let it be a 2-hour frame. Here, we find that the accuracy of the strategy has decreased, so let's test it with another time frame. Let it be 4 hours. The accuracy of the strategy has decreased significantly, although it is still profitable. But we are looking for a perfect strategy, so the best time frame for this strategy will be 30 minutes according to this simple test. There is also another thing. You should backtest the strategy with several other currencies, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Ripple, and also with the Forex market, so that you can know its effectiveness better. And I do not recommend testing any strategy with weak or crazy currencies that have pump and dump in a large way, as these currencies do not depend on any analysis, but rather depend on alliances that buy and sell from time to time. Also, the number of closed trades, which is the number of tests, must be known and compared with the time the first trade started. Because the large number of trades in a short time will make many commissions as well, and this will negatively affect our profits. Most of the strategies on TradingView have a properties section. This might help us a little bit to know the effect of commissions before applying the strategy. Okay, after clicking on the strategy settings, go to the properties. Here, you can add the commission according to the trading platform you trade on. Well, let's fill in these boxes and let the capital be 100,000. And let our main trading be in the dollar currency. Here is the size of orders and let it be $10,000. Here are the commissions that are deducted in every order, buy and sell. And you can find out this commission through the platform on which you trade. Let's see what happens after applying this commission. As you can see, the percentage of profits and the percentage of accuracy have also decreased. Even the max drawdown has increased a bit. Well, this was a detailed and long explanation to test any strategy and know its flaws and features and apply it to all types of trades in order to ensure its use. The last thing that you must do is check the chart and check manually and visually the places of sale and purchase and see if it is good or not. Finally, the more you go into the details, the more accurate and profitable you will get. And as they said, more effort leads to more money. In the last section of this video, we will talk about a magical tool that can improve any strategy in a simple and effective way. Well, we talked in a previous video about this tool, but we did not give it enough time, so we will continue explaining it now. Okay, let's pick up any other strategy. And let it be Super Trend Strategy. Well, this is the Super Trend Strategy dashboard, and I think you are now able to read and understand it. As we said, start with the accuracy of the strategy, then head to profit, and then try to read everything on this dashboard. Read the max drawdown and the profit factor too, read everything to get used when looking at any strategy for the first time. Okay, let's open the strategy finder now. And click on settings. This tool will give you several search options. Here, you will find net profit, percentage profit, profit factor, and some other options. When you have enough experience, you can choose whatever, but for now, and for the general improvement of the strategy, we will choose the profit factor. Because when the profit factor improves, the accuracy of the strategy will improve, and net profit will also improve, even the max drawdown will improve. Well, after we have chosen the profit factor from the tool, let's now open the strategy settings so that we can start the application. Well, in a previous video, we explained how to search and how to choose the inputs and time frames, and all the other additions we explained it. And since this strategy contains two fields, we'll add another one via the plus sign here. We will choose the field number 2 and put the rest of the entries, but as we said, do not exaggerate too much in increasing the numbers so as not to spoil the strategy. Okay, after you have finished placing the entries, let's click on search. We will notice that the strategy has responded to the commands of the tool. The search has begun, and we will notice several changes in the inputs and in the chart signals. And most importantly, the changes that will occur on the strategy dashboard. Well, the search is over, and here is the result that we will apply to this strategy. Just click on it, and it will be applied immediately. As you can see, these are the new results that the tool has improved in this strategy. Here, the net profit is improved. And here, the general accuracy of the strategy has also improved. Also the profit factor. Here too, the max drawdown has improved. In general, this strategy has improved significantly. And even the number of tests here, it is very good. All this was done by this wonderful tool, and to get it and understand it more, you can watch the previous videos in our channel. Well, that was it. I hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and to find free signals, join our Telegram channel in the description below the video. Good luck.